Now, all of you by now are well aware of probably the biggest meta that we've had all cycle so far. Yes, it's AI agents. Today we're going to cover everything that you need to know about the AI agent space, some of the big players, and we'll talk about how some of them work as well as some of my thoughts about where this overall sector can actually go. So I think you'll enjoy this one. It's a little bit different, more of a high level overview, but it will cover lots of things. So if you're new to AI agents, I think you'll definitely get something out of this. So we will cover a few different things in this one. First of all, covering like what actually agents are, some of the different categories, and then we'll cover some of the agents that we have today in crypto, what they do, and some speculation talk as well, which I think will be fun. So first of all, like what are agents, or AI agents, I should say. And I guess to put it simply, they are essentially some sort of bot with a programmable large language model attached to it that you can train to complete specific tasks. So essentially they're like this autonomous software that is able to actually make decisions, is able to actually do things and take action to achieve certain tasks. They can plan, they have some memory, they do have some short-term memory, and they can use various different tools in order to kind of execute these actions. So as I've made in this diagram here, you can give these agents or give this kind of bot some knowledge, you can train it, give it some abilities, and then through those three things, it can complete some actions. And over the course of time, it will learn from its mistakes and improve. And you'll get this kind of cycle of more actions leads to more mistakes, which will lead to more improvements, and then it will get better and better. And that's one of the key things about it. AI agents evolve and get better with time, all because of machine learning. And I think this is like one of the key things about why this is such an interesting innovation, actually, especially when you bring them over to crypto. Now, in the real world, like we already have lots of AI agents. In fact, we're using them all the time. You have the likes of virtual assistants, whether you're using Siri, Alexa, Google, you have your chat agents. I think many of you have been able to see some of these already, especially AI kind of text prompting and things like that. I think many of us have used them already. We also have like robotic agents. I think Tesla are really innovating on this. There's also Waymo as well. There's industry specific agents. You have agents for regulating the temperature in your home now. You have agents that can help you write code, whether it's Copilot or Code GPT. You have intellectual property, kind of bringing characters to life through agents. You have health agents helping to diagnose, and there's entertainment and a whole range more, really. So what can AI agents do in crypto? Well, they can do all of the above and more, and that's because of crypto's core principles. The idea of being transparent, by being on a blockchain, the ideas of tokenization, liquidity, funding, speed, and ownership that we're all well aware of with crypto rails. This idea of permissionless access available to everyone 24/7, open source as well. I think all of these are like at times very core components of why we believe in crypto and why we're here in crypto. And AI agents can take advantage of all of this and make crypto a better place. So right now, agents are exploding in crypto. I think everyone knows this. I think if you're not aware of agents exploding right now, then you're definitely not in the right markets. But I think, everyone is enjoying the agent meta. And I think there's like three main reasons why. Firstly, you've got the idea of tokenization. These agents can be tokenized. And because they can be tokenized, they have lots of speculation components to it. Now, right now, because it's new and innovative, and there are some cool things that you can do with them, there's a tension. So combine them together and you've got this crazy wave of speculation. And right now, there's a few different categories that we've seen of these AI agents come to fruition. I've put some of these down, but we've got memes, frameworks, platforms, tooling, and modules, which I kind of count as individual specific agents. Someone did actually, I don't know who made this graphic exactly, maybe it was these guys, but they did kind of put this together, a little bit of kind of some of the agents that we have available. We're going to talk about some of these right now, actually. So what I'll do is I'll go through each of these categories and just briefly talk about some of the leaders, so maybe not even some of the leaders, just some of the ones that are interesting. I will also cover some of the ones that have caught my attention too. And we'll get an idea of what they are, how they work, and why they're interesting. So let's start off with GOAT. We'll start off actually with the meme category. So we'll cover like AI agents that are there purely for entertainment value or there for attention value. So we'll start off with GOAT. So this is built by Andy, who basically created something called Infinite Backrooms. They had these AI agents that would all chat with one another. One of them was Truth Terminal. There's a lot of lore behind its inception and how it all came about. But essentially, TLDR, the terminal itself, here it is, you can see it, it tweets every single hour, and it basically managed to first of all get a grant from A16Z, a $50,000 grant, and it also kind of adopted this concept of Goatius Maximus, and someone essentially made a pump fund token, and the actual agent adopted it. Well, the actual terminal, I should say, adopted it. Now, you could argue that there isn't really that much connection between the terminal and the token, but it's a pure meme. It's an entertainment value play, and I think because of that, it was also one of the first, and it did actually run up quite incredibly to over $1 billion in market cap. Now today it's trading a little bit lower valuation than that. I believe it's like 500 or 600 million, but it certainly has been a really interesting one, and has been like the first player, if we talk about AI agents anyway, in crypto I should say. We have Fartcoin as well. Fartcoin is a pure meme. It's somehow connected to agents because of Truth Terminal. I think Truth Terminal mentioned it, but again, there isn't any specific link as such. Fartcoin is really not an AI coin. It's actually more of a meme coin, but because of its lore and because of its inception, it gets classified in this category. Recently, Fartcoin actually flipped GOAT, and as of today, I think Fartcoin is at all-time high. Very, very interesting to see. I think there's some sort of like father-child or parent-child relationship here. Where GOAT is, the parent, Fartcoin is the child, and GOAT is letting Fartcoin, enjoy its success and go to new heights. But it's a funny one, really. Yeah, I'm sure some of you have seen the meme. Hot air rises. Let's see if it continues to rise. Platforms. Now, for me, this is where AI agents get interesting. I think, memes are great, but there's like a limit to kind of how much function and real world value they offer. Yes, talking about outside of speculation. Speculate all you want, right? No financial advice. But platforms are the real game changer, and I think these are some of the bigger agent plays in crypto today. We have the likes of Virtual, Spectral, and a few others that we'll talk about. So first of all, starting with Virtuals, what is it? It's essentially an AI agent launchpad. It's like the pump fund for AI agents. You can create your own agent there. They have their own framework as well that you can build with, and you can build any sort of agent you want. So we've got quite a few agents that have been built already. I think actually now there's like hundreds and hundreds of these. AI XBT is one of the bigger ones. There's Luna, Sequoia, a few others as well. There are agents being launched from here all the time, and Virtuals has really cemented itself as being the platform for hosting these agents. Here you can see some of them as well. They have Game, Vader, all kinds, and I think one of the interesting things that they have is that this token model where when you're launching or trading these agents, they're paired with the virtual token. And so if you want exposure to any of these, and some of these have really brought out some really interesting concepts and innovations, people want exposure to them, well, you have to buy virtuals for that. So I think that's been a really interesting thing going for it, and you can see the rise that it's had, pretty much at 3 billion FTV now, which is pretty remarkable. Given its rise in such a short period of time. There's Spectral as well. It's a VC-backed AI protocol. They have agents. They're a platform that have agents that can do trading for you. So here you can see like a list of all of the different agents that people have created on there. And these agents actually trade on Hyperliquid. They have all different kinds of strategies, and you can see like the agent terminals, like what the agents are actually doing. You can see even the P&L that some of these agents have made over over time. So quite kind of interesting. Spectral don't just do this. Spectral have a whole range of different agent products as well. I believe you can even launch your own agent coins and do all kinds of interesting stuff there. But again, this is like another platform, very, very heavily VC backed with some of the big names in the space, but another platform as well. There's also HoloWorld. This is a platform for users to create agents that have 2D or 3D models. Again, you can plug in your own data sources and train these models as you wish. So you can, create, let's say, an agent that's trained on everything to know about Disney, right? You can create a Disney agent. You can create all kinds of different agents. They're entirely up to you. It's pretty straightforward, and they have a nice website and interface to kind of do all of this stuff. But yeah, here's another platform for you to create your own agents, and you can train them and do all kinds of interesting things with them. There's VVAIFU, which is another agent launchpad. Again, very similar. You can kind of launch your own agent coins or agent tokens, and they'll have their own Twitter pages, Discords, Telegrams. They can even have their own wallets. You can trade them. You can create them using different frameworks as well. So you can use we'll talk about frameworks in a moment, but you can use all the different various frameworks that have been created as well. There's MyShell. MyShell are really, really interesting. I first caught eye of MyShell when they created a BitTensor subnet. They also have raised a large amount of capital, but they have this agent app store where you can find all kinds of different agents or AI kind of applications and use them. You can even create your own, and this is on BSC, so yeah, pretty interesting. See if Binance gets involved with that one. A new one that I just saw as well was HoldStation. I think they got a big grant from ZK Sync, creating again another platform for users to launch their own AI agents. And again, they can all do interesting things. It's down to you if you want to kind of train it specifically and offer it some extra utility, but this is the platform itself. So platforms have really had a lot of success. I think most of it coming from at the top with virtuals, and in general, I think as we see more usage, perhaps this will continue. The most interesting layer of AI agents at the moment for me is the framework, and this is because every single agent is built on these frameworks. There are quite a few different frameworks right now. You have AI16Z, you have Cerebro with their own framework, you have Rig, you even have MyShell as well. I think theirs is called Alice. So the AI16Z framework is probably one of the biggest right now. It's actually called the ELIZA framework, built by AI16Z. What's really interesting is AI16Z really started off as this meme coin / investment DAO, and now it just kind of has created this framework called ELIZA, and everyone's using it. In fact, you can go on GitHub right now and see the star history of basically how much this is being used. This framework is being used a lot, and so it's re-rated. It's re-rated from being a meme coin to being proper agent infra. In fact, Shaw, who's the founder, has been doing a really good job with this. I found that he's actually been doing education, AI agent dev school. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, pretty much every other day or every week, and you're getting thousands of people tuning into this as well, both live and watching these videos after. People are building agents on these frameworks, and Shaw is doing a pretty good job with that. Yes, there was some controversy before, but I think it's clear the value prop that AI16Z offers. You can see it's basically, the ELIZA framework, this operating system for all AI agents. You can go on there and kind of start working around building something using this framework. And yeah, again, similar to virtuals, although it hasn't reached that type of valuation just yet, has had a remarkable rise over the weeks as people have realized, how big this can actually become. Cerebro as well. This actually started off as an entertainment AI agent, and has its own AI entity. Again, they have all kinds of products: art generation, meme generation, video generation, all kinds of stuff. They actually built out this album as well. This is an AI generated music album, and it's gone pretty viral. I think Daily Loud even kind of mentioned it. Cerebro, one of the first virtual hip hop rap artists driven by algorithms. AI powered music. I think they've released a couple of albums, but they also have a framework now, and the framework is also being used massively as people are building things on top of it. And again, similar to AI 16Z, massive run up, really showing itself as being one of the big ones as well. We have Rig, which is a Rust-based framework. That token is ARC. Again, this is one that's built on Rust. So really for those who are familiar with the Solana ecosystem, you can, again, use this framework to build any sort of agent that you want as well. As I mentioned, some of these platforms that we talked about in the previous slide are introducing these different frameworks so that you can decide what sort of agent framework you want to use. You can pick and choose, and if you want to use Rig, you can. If you want to use Cerebros, you can. If you want to use Eliza from AI 16Z, you can do so. It's entirely up to you. So yeah, the frameworks are pretty big, because I think ultimately they are like the base layer. I like to think of the frameworks as like the layer ones of AI agents. So you have AI 16Z, you have some of these other agents as well, some of these other agent frameworks. They're all like different layer ones. They have their pros and cons, but usually there's one big one, and right now that is AI 16Z. But of course, this space is so new. I think things are changing so rapidly that don't be surprised if something does change. We'll talk about individual agents now, and I think these are some of the things that you see more often from a front-facing perspective. These are kind of like the apps on the layer one itself. So we'll start off with AIXPT. This is built on Virtual's framework, and so this is a virtual agent. So that's why you saw AIXPT on the virtual platform. Now, AIXPT is essentially a crypto content creator. It's trained on a bunch of crypto content creators. It covers all sectors of on-chain crypto and just crypto in general, DeFi products, upcoming launches, and it pretty much has the highest mindshare of every single person in crypto today. This AI agent is the best KOL ever. Why? Because it can tweet 24 hours a day, and it's trained on pretty much every single, not every single, but it's trained on a lot of top creators as well. In fact, you can see here from some of these tweets, it's trained on, someone's clearly given it some data on Grass being one of the AI tokens that has performed really well, and it's tweeting like a content creator would, giving lots of educational value. I wrote a tweet about IVLP, and I noticed a couple hours later AIXPT kind of basically took some part of my tweets and wrote a thread about it. And obviously these tweets are performing much better than some of my tweets are doing. So yeah, AIXPT is better than me. It's getting more mindshare than me. It's got more followers than me. I really wonder if we're in this age where AI agents are going to take over. Maybe I'll have to convert my Twitter page into an AI agent page as well. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, AIXPT, as you can see with a lot of these other tokens, is pretty much at all-time high price right now. Here's one that's a lot smaller, and I will say that I do own this token as well, so please take that in mind. No financial advice, but this one's called Thales, and I think what's really interesting is that it's bringing DeFi to AI agents through on-chain agent actions. What's really interesting is Shaw, the founder of AI 16Z, actually created this token. He created Thales, but he kind of left it for the community, and the Redacted research team did a CTO of this and basically took it over. So it's built on the Eliza framework, and what the Redacted research team have been able to do over the last few weeks has been pretty remarkable. They've integrated it with a few different protocols, including Lit protocol, to try and give Thales, a trusted execution environment wallet using TEEs with that security. They're going to be using OMA protocol, one of the pretty interesting novel AI agent coordination protocols, using their tech stack to kind of give this agent functionality across different yield generating platforms on chain, and they use Shogun for intent-based, intent-based execution, so cross-chain swaps, cross-chain bridging, etc. And so by using these different tech stacks, the Thales agent is able to basically have its own wallet, go on-chain, start doing transactions, whether it's trading, whether it's yield farming, whether it's earning yield on its assets, all by itself, independently. And you might be thinking, like, where does it get this information from? Well, it's plugged into various different data sources. One of them is called Cookies AI. I think it's one of the best ones around at the moment, really trying to learn about everything that it can. And remember what I said at the start. These agents learn and get better and get better and get better. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. So yeah, I think this is a really interesting one. A couple of days ago, they actually announced that Talis will be integrated with Story Protocol to basically offer IP integration, and this is really, really interesting, because I think this will be like one of the first tokenized agents that have IP where it can monetize this, or sell its tokenized IP, and you know, make money from it as well. So yeah, I think that's really wild. And yeah, I did say that I do hold this one, and I do think that this one's a very, very interesting one, and it's yeah, been trading pretty well recently as well. There are many, many other agent modules. We have Loki, which is like an AI agent terminal for on-chain alpha. They released something today with a terminal where you need to hold to access. So if you hold a certain number of Loki tokens, you will be able to access its agent terminal, and there you'll be able to speak directly with this agent and get kind of the information that the agent has directly, benefit from it. There's something called Beats AI. I saw this the other day as well. It's based on Hyperliquid. It's an AI agent that produces music. There's Nikita, which is on Base. It's like an information KOL baked AI agent. There's Bully, which is like this agent that basically replies to people on CT just hating on them. There's Hack, which is an AI agent that's used for auditing smart contract. It's basically a white hat hacker. Yeah, loads and loads of these are coming to the market. In fact, every single day there's probably something new coming to the market, and yeah, I think this is why this space is so interesting right now. You also have tooling agents. You could kind of count this as infra, I guess, as well. So one of them is called FXN. They have talked about this concept called swarms, which are these agent to agent interactions, where kind of, you know, with these agents, they can't really talk to one another because there's some level of fragmentation, right? If there's an agent that's built on a framework like AI16Z, it's not going to work with the game framework or the Cerebro framework or the MyShell framework. They're not really going to be able to kind of support each other, talk to each other, help each other, those different agents. But when you're using swarms, they actually help to improve the efficiency and share resources between these different agents from different frameworks and different networks. So FXN is a really, really interesting one. You know, they're shipping like crazy. So we're seeing like new SDKs and new support for different things being added every single week. So this is a really, really interesting one to me. There's also Cookies AI. I mentioned this before, but they are like have everything that you need to track AI agent tokens, whether it's mindshare, impressions, engagement, what's happening in the AI agent space, metrics like total market cap, all kinds of stuff. Really, really good to see. And you can see, like, right now, as we're talking, Filecoin has the #1 mindshare, AIXBT does. Griffin, we didn't mention this, but this is based on Solana offering on-chain actions through its agent. Very, very interesting. Of course, we mentioned AI16Z, GOAT, Virtuals. I think we mentioned a lot of these as well. Story Protocol, I did just mention this when talking about Talis, but yeah, agent-to-agent interactions. You could argue that this is a competitor to FXN. But really just going to show like how agents can engage with one another, and I think they're going to be building lots of this as well. So yeah, I think overall the agent space is very novel. I mean, it's only been around for a couple of months, and we're seeing so much happen in just such a short period of time. Like, every single day there's something new. Now, if you add up all of the total market cap of AI agents today, we're talking about 10 billion. FTV or market cap is pretty much mostly circulating. So you can see this all here. Like Virtuals is pretty much the big one there, and then you've got Filecoin, you know, GOAT, AI16Z, you know, Cerebro, Griffin, AIXBT, a few of these others as well. But all of that, 10 billion. Now, if you add in like the other agent protocols, the likes of Fetch AI, which is called something else, it's called ASI now, the likes of Spectral, Autonomous, other VC-backed protocols, we can add in another 10 billion FTV right now. And so add that together, total AI agent space today is 20 billion. This actually overestimates. It's a little bit lower than that right now. But the total crypto market cap is 3.8 trillion. It's really, really interesting just seeing like how small AI agents are if you look at like the overall crypto market cap. Now, one question that I think lots of people have been asking are AI agents the new version of DeFi Summer? I think there's definitely some similarities, and I believe that they probably are. DeFi total market cap today is 140 billion, and it peaked at 170 billion last cycle with 6.7% dominance of all of crypto. Now, just to compare and find out like where we are this cycle with AI agents, AI agents today are 0.5% of the total crypto market cap, which means we're basically 10x off where DeFi topped off last cycle, 10x off. And if we look at like that's based on like total dominance, right? If we look at like the actual DeFi market cap, I mean, if we look at today, 140 billion, and we're at 20 billion, we're 7x off. So there's still many, many X's to play if we're going to be kind of where DeFi is today. What's really interesting, however, is if you look at mindshare, AI is by far the only big thing in crypto that's getting massive attention right now. And you could argue like earlier this year we had the meme coin super cycle. Maybe that's still going to play out. But if you look at like the mindshare that AI has right now, even if you combine memes, DeFi, GameFi, stablecoins, ETFs, L2s, and kind of all together, it's not even what AI is right now. And you might be thinking, oh yeah, Waj, right, AI isn't just AI agents, there's so many other components of AI as well. Well, have a look at this. As of a few days ago, this is kind of how the AI sector mindshare was looking. Here's an agent. Here's an agent, here's an agent, here's an agent, 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 agent. You've got just a few here that are non-agent protocols, you know, the likes of Tau, Nia, Grass, Ionet, Render, Nillion, which hasn't launched yet, its token anyway. But all of these actually complement AI agents in varying ways. You know, there are AI agent stuff on subnets happening on Tau. A lot of the AI agents will need compute. You know, to train any LLM, you need data. Where does that data come from? From Grass. All right. If you want to train the best AI agents, you need personal data. What are you going to use for that? Of course, you're going to use Nillion. So all of these AI protocols are actually kind of part of AI agents, but you know, they're kind of separate. What I'm trying to say is the vast majority of mindshare right now in crypto is all to do with AI agents. But if you actually look, AI agents are only 0.5% of the total crypto market cap. So I think there's some disparity there, and that's why I think this number is generally going to go up over time. So yeah, the last question that I'll leave it at today is, what should AI agents be valued at by, you know, as a category? 100 billion? That's still less than DeFi is today. It's a 5x from here. The overall kind of category. 200 billion? That's a 10x from here. 500 billion? It's a 50x from here. I think either way, if we're going to see the AI agent space, you know, continue as it is right now, then I think that mindshare will convert into an increase in valuation. And that's why I think 100 billion for AI agents is fairly reasonable. That's a 5x from here. And that means that for you guys, you probably will hit some 5, 10, 20, 50 X's on some of your coins. No financial advisor, could be completely wrong, but this is kind of how I'm seeing things right now with the agent space. So yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. Let me know what your thoughts are about the AI agent space. I think AI agents are probably going to command a pretty big size. In fact, AI as a whole commands a pretty big size of my portfolio today, probably will continue to do so for the rest of the cycle. But I'm very intrigued to hear like what your thoughts are about the entire AI cycle. What coins do you like? What coins do you not like? Any specific sector that you want to double down on? You know, there's this whole debate about what type of agents should you buy? Should you buy the frameworks? Should you buy the tooling? Should you buy the modules? Maybe you need a mixture of them all. Let me know what your thoughts are. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on Twitter, give it a like, give it a retweet, and I will be back with much more content in due time.